Hey everybody, I just want to make a video because I was just thinking a lot about stuff yesterday and last night about how I'm not getting surgery. I was supposed to get surgery today, and I'm really grateful and happy for that. I think it was the right choice for now, but I was just still feeling like a lot of anxiety and worry, and I was praying a lot yesterday, and just because I'm in this state of limbo right now where I'm like gonna make steps for the next plan, but we're not sure exactly where that is yet. And I'm supposed to be starting that immunotherapy soon in radiation, and I'm meeting with the radiation doctor tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. I'll have a lot of questions for him. But I was just praying for guidance and everything, and I don't know. I just feel like this is all very confusing, and I've been trying to stay positive through this whole thing, and obviously my support system and reading the Bible and going to church and everything has been really helpful. But I do have a lot of moments where I'm not sure about stuff, and I do have worry and anxiety and fear, and I just try to cast those away. And I know that yesterday during church service, it was really nice. They talked about a story about healing. So that was really influential to me because of my situation that I'm in. And the story that they told was a man with leprosy. It's in 2 Kings chapter 5, where a man named Elijah tells Nahum, a king, to go to the Jordan River and go wash himself in the river 7 times, and he would be healed of leprosy. Basically the whole story, what we got out of the story was also this number 7 is like mentioned a lot in the Bible. So there's this, it means the number of completion and perfection. And then also that like basically the moral of the story is just like, the repetition is what healing requires. And I know that what I have is a little more serious than some things for praying for healing, but you still have to be consistent and keep praying. And that's why I did decide to do the Prayer Warriors website or page, and to pray every day at 3, because not only is there strength in numbers for prayers, but there's also where we can all pray at the same time at 3 o'clock, no matter if it's like a little tiny prayer or a long prayer, whatever you decide. And it also gives you a chance to pray for yourself and other people and whoever needs a prayer at that time. And it's just like a designated time during the day. And you don't have to do it at 3, but if another time works better for you, I always just have a little timer on my phone that goes off. So, but it's not only strength in numbers for everybody praying, but it's also repetition, praying every single day at 3 o'clock, no matter what. And just to don't give up. And that's the other lesson they were teaching in church, is just to don't give up, and just to continue to be obedient to God and be humble. And in your obedience, God meets you with faith. So basically it's just kind of like, having faith, this faith journey that everybody's on is really important to just, continue to have faith and continue to be obedient. And, you can't just continue to pray about and ask for something and then continue to do something wrong. And because that's not what God's want. I've really just gotten into just really being obedient with God and just whatever, just living the right way. And I've been kind of lost lately because I haven't been working, and these past few months, it's been really hard. First I was waiting a lot, and then this was before the chemo, but then once I started chemo and everything, it's like I just can't really do much, and I just wasn't feeling very well, and it was really hard to just do anything for myself and everything. And this week I'm actually would be like, if I were to do chemo, it would be round 5, but I'm not doing that right. I'm not doing round 5 or anything. So that's why I'm feeling better now. And with this immunotherapy, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel, but they basically like take your immune system and use it to attack your cells, or use your own body, your own immune system to attack the cancer cells. So I'm really excited to do that. And then the radiation, I'm not sure. I have a lot of questions for that. And then the other drug that is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be on that or not, but I'm just kind of waiting on insurance approval right now. So it's just kind of, I guess the waiting and being patient has been really hard. And it's just been something that I've been struggling with, and I've just been feeling lost also, because I've had all these things that I've done, my hobbies of running and working out and working at Riley and being a nurse and everything. It's been difficult for me to not be able to do those things. So I'm trying to find other ways, and I've been praying and asking God how I can help others and do something so that I can, I don't know, I just want to feel like I'm giving back and helping other people as well. And I'm hoping through these videos that I can reach people and help them as well, because everybody has struggles and things they're going through. And I just think that this has been helping me. Reading the Bible and going to church and everything has been helping me, and I know that it can help other people if they just give it a chance. And I know what it's like to go through different types of struggles, no matter what it is, like whether it's like I've dealt with like depression, anxiety, lots of different things, and struggled it a lot on my own. And I know God's always been there and always been the answer, but I've always like turned away and just been in denial about a lot of things before. But then now when I'm finally like coming more towards God and reading the Bible, and the closer I get with him, the better I feel. So it's just been an eye-opening experience for me. And I think that these struggles and things that we go through are just a way of learning and becoming a better person and growing. And it's like you could say you wish you never went through these things, but I don't think that I would be who I am today without all the stuff that I've been through. And this is just like another thing to get another mountain to climb. And I know that I will get over this. I just was kind of feeling sorry for myself last night and just being really sad and thinking like, is this something I did, or is this something that I did? Like, did I do something wrong to cause this to happen? And I think those are just all like, the enemy trying to creep in and just make you feel terrible and push you away from God. And I was just praying a lot, and really just came to this like realization of, I'm gonna fight and be strong. And I've always been like that, and always been somebody who can persevere and get through. And I want to be that person who can just continue to fight, and I'm not going to give up, and I just want to stay strong and continue to go. So it's kind of like a race that I'm running, but in a metaphorical way. So since I can't really like do any races right now or anything like that, this will be just kind of like the race for my life. So I'm just trying to stay positive, and I really am. The last message that they were talking about is that, like, the story in 2 Kings, Jesus also references that when he's teaching in Luke chapter 4, verse 24 through 28, and he basically talks about healing, and God looks at your heart and who you are inside, and it doesn't matter what you look like or anything like that. He just looks at that, and then also, let's see here, and then they also reference John chapter 5, verse 6, and Jesus says, would you like to get well? And then you have to stop sinning to be healed. And I mean, I know there's like little things, like I'm not saying I'm like a terrible person or anything, but I mean, I was, like I gave up drinking alcohol, and I just have been really trying to just be a better person, and not saying I was bad before, but just like little things that you do every day that you don't think about, like gossiping, or that's really I do that a lot sometimes. It's really hard not to do, and I just feel bad for doing it after I do it. And then I'm like, why did I say that mean thing about somebody? Like, I wouldn't want somebody saying something like that about me, or if that person came in the room right now, I would like feel really, really bad, and I wouldn't like, want them to know that I said that, and I would feel terrible. And I just, it also says in the Bible to love your enemy and forgive your enemies, just as God has forgiven you. And that's like something that's really important, because if you hold on to things and hold them up inside and don't give people forgiveness, then it just can fester up inside. And God really wants you to forgive your enemies for things that they've done. And it also helps you move on, because you're not holding that anger or resentment or anything up inside. So I think that's really important. And it's really hard to do that sometimes, especially if somebody's hurt you really bad. And especially if you try to talk to them and they don't talk to you, and you've tried to talk to them a lot and they just continue to not talk to you or say anything. That's really hard as well. But I guess, if you can just at least do forgive people, that's all you can do. And you can't control what other people do. You can't control what they say, how they act, or how they treat you. And you can hope and pray for them that they'll give you the same grace and mercy that God's given you and that you're trying to do in return. And I think if people do that more, then it would be a lot better world out there. But that's anger and jealousy and hatred is strong emotions, because when people get hurt, it's it really, you feel that in your heart, and that's really hard to get over sometimes. But it takes time to heal, and whether it's emotionally or physically. So like if you were to break your leg, you have to rest your leg, and you have to let the bones heal, and you have to let your skin rebuild itself, and you have to eat healthy and let it heal. And then the same thing is, if you go through something emotional that's really heart-wrenching, that somebody loved you, or just a friend or something like that, that's you've been through something with somebody, and they've hurt you so bad, and sometimes it takes years to get over stuff. But the hope is that you can not only find forgiveness for other people, but you can also move on and forgive yourself for things as well. So that's just like the main message, I guess, I'm trying to convey. And repetition is really something in the Bible that is I guess something that's like talked about or discussed a lot. And even the dream that I had talked about, where the Bible verse 2 Corinthians 1:9-21 was repeated 3 times. I just repeated it 3 times in my dream, and I think that was just like God's way of telling me this is really important, because if it would have maybe been repeated just once, I don't even know if I would have remembered it. And then there's so many things in the Bible that are repeated, like important messages that are repeated over and over again, or this example of being healed in the Jordan River from leprosy. He needed to wash himself in the Jordan River 7 times, and that just like is like with anything in life, you continue to repeat things, like going to the gym or going to church or eating healthy. You have to get into a routine and a habit, and the more you do it, the better you'll feel. So that's just something as far as like making your body feel good, as far as like working out or eating healthy or going to church or anything like that, or doing a task at work that you're trying to learn. It's the same thing for spirituality and your mental and well-being, and that's kind of like what I talked about earlier in my video, one of my videos about constantly negative thinking, and how your brain pathways, like if you continue to think those same pathways over and over and over again, they're going to continue to connect and form, and then get stronger and stronger. So that's why you have to do cognitive behavioral therapy to try to mentally stop those negative thoughts as soon as they come, and then try to make new thoughts that are better. But anyways, I am gonna go because my food's ready. my timer of my food just went off. But I just wanted to say to keep praying, and I hope this message helped everybody. And here's Chloe. She says hi. But just to continue to rely on God as well. So thank you guys, and have a good night.